everyone, welcome to my channel English Study. Today I'm going to talk to you about you. Yes, you. Who are you? What makes you different from others? What makes you you? Today I want to talk to you about your nature, your character, your attitude, your viewpoint. Okay, in short, today I will talk about how can you talk about your personality in English. So if you want to learn, stay with me. So as we're talking about personality, let me tell you, there are three categories of it. There are three kinds of personality, importantly. Number one is extrovert, number two is introvert, and number three, ambivert. Okay, so people who are extrovert, who fall into this category called extroverter. Well, what are extroverter? They are very confident, they love to being around with people, they are extremely friendly, and they love to share their thoughts and ideas with others. So if you're an extrovert, then how will you describe yourself? How will you talk about your personality in English? Well, for this, I have some expressions and phrases which you can use to talk about your personality. So let's see what we have first. So very first expression, you can say, I am socializer. I am socializer. Well, who are socializers? People who love mixing socially with others, who love to take part in social activities, who love to socializing with others are socializers. So you could use this phrase, you can use this expression if you want to describe yourself. If you are an extrovert, you can say, I am socializer. Number two, I am gregarious person. I am gregarious person. Well, very similar word for gregarious is sociable. Sociable. Okay? Who is fond of company, who loves to being around with people, who loves to hang out with friends, okay, who is very talkative, who is very extrovert and sociable. Well, who are gregarious person, they can share their thoughts, their feelings with others very nicely, very easily. They are really good at it. They are really talkative. So if you're talkative, if you're extrovert, use this expression, I am a gregarious person. Number third, we have I am quite friendly. Well, I think this phrase, this expression does not need any explanation or definition as far as I can see, because it's very clear. I am quite friendly. It means I love to make new friends. And let me tell you, the person who is extrovert, okay, who fall into this category are really good at making friends. They have wide circle of friends. Okay, so you can use this expression, I am quite friendly. Number four and the last phrase which you can use to talk about your personality if you are an extrovert is, I am really outgoing. Well, who is friendly and socially confident. Okay, they are outgoing. So if you are outgoing, if your friend is outgoing, let me tell you, it's one symptom that the person who is really outgoing can speak in front of so many people without getting hesitate and nervous. Doesn't matter if it's 50, 100 or 1,000 people, they can speak in front of them without getting nervous and hesitate. Okay, so if you fall into this category, you can use this phrase that I am really outgoing. Okay, so these were the phrases you can use to talk about your personality if you are an extrovert. But what if you are introvert? Well, I have some phrases, some expression for that category too. So let's look at introverts. So let's see who are introverters. Well, the person who is more interested in thinking about their thoughts, their ideas, their feelings than spending time with others are known as introverters. Okay, they fell into this category, introvert. Well, introverts don't like to hang out with friends too much. They don't love to make new friends. They are not friendly. Okay, so if you fall into this category, if you are an introvert, what are the phrases you can use to describe yourself? Let's see. So at first, we have I'm quite reserved. I am quite reserved. Well, reserve means you are a very private person. You don't like when someone interfere in your life. Okay, you don't have a wide circle of friends as extroverts have. Okay, you are very private person. Number second, I am pretty quiet when I am in groups. Well, introverts don't like to go out. They don't love to meet new people. They don't love gatherings. They don't go to there, okay? But if they are in groups, okay, if they are surrounded by so many people, then they will be quiet. They won't talk too much, okay? They will be quiet. They won't talk too much because introverts are not talkative. They don't love to share their ideas, their thoughts with others. They just love to keep their thoughts in their head. They don't love to share it with others. Okay, so you can use it. I am pretty quiet when I am in groups. It means you are not talkative. Number 3, I usually listen more than I speak up. I usually listen more than I speak up. So as I told you, that introverts don't like to speak too much. They are not really good speaker. They are a bit hesitate and nervous when talking in front of people, but they are really good listener. They really like to listen and observe things. They're really good listener and observer as well. So if you love to listen more, you don't like socializing, then probably you are introvert and you can use this phrase. I usually listen more than I speak up. Number 4, I like to spend time with my close friends. So introverts are not really good at making friends and they don't like anyone. Okay, they have really small circle of friends because they don't like socializing. They don't have wide circle of friends. They are not quite friendly. So they have very small group of friends and they love to spend their time with them only. Okay, they don't love to meet with new people. They don't love to make new friends. Okay, so you can use this phrase. I like to spend time with my close friends. Now it's turn of number 3 category. It's ambivert. So ambivert is a term which has a balance of both an extrovert and introvert features. Okay, so if you're a kind of person who has a balance, like if you love to being with your friends, but sometimes you just love to spend time with yourself only, then you have a balance of extrovert qualities and introvert qualities. So, hey, you are an ambivert. So if you're an ambivert, if you fall into this category, what are the phrases you can use to describe yourself? Let's see. So phrases you can use to describe yourself if you fall into third category, which is ambivert. So here we have, I tend to move between extrovert to introvert based on situation, or I change my personality depending on the situation. Here you want to say, for example, if you're around with your friends, around with the people whom you know too much, then you will be very talkative. If you like to talk too much, at that time you're showing the personality of extrovert. Okay, you are showing the quality of extrovert. But if a topic comes up whom you don't know about too much, then you will be silent. You will be pretty quiet. You will love to listen more and observe things, gain things rather than speaking too much. But if the topic of interest, of your interest, popped up, then you will love to speak about it more and more. Okay, so that's how you keep changing your personality. That's how you keep changing, keep moving between extrovert to introvert. Okay, so that's how you can talk about your personality. That's how you can describe yourself if you are an ambivert. Like, I tend to move between introvert and extrovert based on situation, or I change my personality depending on situation. Well, this is the end of the video, and I think you get to know that what kind of person are you, what kind of personality do you have, if you're extrovert, introvert, or ambivert. Okay, so go ahead and use these phrases without any doubt. I'm sure you're gonna do your best. I think you learned a lot from this video. I will be back with another interesting video. Till then, bye and you take care.